And welcome, race fans, to another episode here on CRN with the Mid-Atlantic Racing Series and the trucks. Tonight is the finale. Who will be the champion for the season finale for these wonderful drivers out here to put their heart and soul into this hobby that we call iRacing. So they're going to be at Phoenix here tonight for 120 laps. It's 86 degrees outside. Track temperature's at 87, so not too bad here for a track like Phoenix. Just a smidge over a mile. So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun racing. But joining with me tonight in the booth is Mr. Tyler. He's been here for the past couple weeks with Dylan. Dylan had to step out tonight, so we're going to give you the best coverage we can and bring on this finale. But before we get started, Tyler, how you doing tonight, everybody?
I'm doing pretty all right. Can't wait. It can be a good night. Phoenix, fun racetrack. Love these trucks, and we get to crown a champion tonight. Can't wait. Should be a ton of fun.
Yeah, nothing like, the season comes down to an end, and, somebody finally walks away a champion. So, yeah, let's see who's out there, who the fans are rooting for. Got your favorite driver out there. Make sure you're something in chat. I'll get special airtime or whatnot. But practice session is over. They're getting ready to take the track for qualifying. So, the best time up there. You guys can catch to where they will begin. And number 23. So, Tyler, give us a little rundown on where the drivers are sitting and who's looking to possibly walk away tonight as that season champion.
Yeah, so basically we got ourselves two contenders right now. They're going to be the keys to watch for the championship. That's Kobe Sutphin right now, who currently sits in the second place position in points right now, just behind the points leader, Nate Lee. So these are the scenarios that I got here for the championship clinching scenario. So that is, if Kobe Sutton, if he manages to win this race tonight, he's going to need Nate Lee to finish at least in 11th place or worse in order for Kobe to win the championship. Outside of that, in that case, Nate will have to at least finish in the top 10 tonight to clinch the title. No matter what else Kobe does, no matter what anybody else does, if Nate can hopefully at least finish top 10, he should be your champion. And if Kobe does not win the race, I mean, he's going to need a lot more help, depending on where Nate finishes. So it's basically a two-horse battle tonight. Should be a ton of fun. Obviously, we'll get the points up to date, make sure everything is correct by the end of tonight's event, but it's going to be fun between these two drivers. Nate Lee, Kobe Sutphin, two drivers who have been fantastic all season long, but as of right now, it's pretty close right now between these two. We will see how the night ends and who will be crowned champion in Mars for this season.
Definitely looking forward to those two drivers battling out, and at least there's that opportunity for Kobe to, possibly sneak away, be that champion. Nate wasn't able to fully run away. Not a super huge field here tonight, so the odds are in Nate's favor. But I think either way, from the races that I've attended here with Mars, because I've been here a few times now, it's going to be some fantastic battling. So right now you see Nate Lee in that P number 3 spot, trying to secure that top 10. And I know these drivers that get out here and they really want to win. Do you think Nate Lee is thinking win tonight, or do you think he's thinking big game or a big title on the line and just get that top 10?
Well, I can't really speak for what he's probably thinking, but at least if I can go by what he should be doing, and that should be big picture, immediately focus on that. I mean, if you have a chance at the win, go for it, but don't be aggressive for it. You don't want to overstep it. You don't want to wreck the truck. I've been in situations like that where, you have a chance to take a win and do something special, but in the grand scheme of things, it really could hurt you in the overall meaning. And I mean, if Nate Lee, he should just be going for a solid finish, keep the truck clean, finish in front of Kobe. It's simple. It's just finish in front, and I think he should be good to go. So if he can just keep that big picture in mind, that should be key.
Let's talk about a little bit about the layout of this track here. I mean, it's not quite your typical oval. You got that front straightaway. You got coming out of turn number, I guess that would be 3-4. There's this small straightaway there. So it's a very unique track here at Phoenix.
Yeah, definitely is an interesting racetrack. Obviously, if anybody remembers at some point many years ago, the start finish line is not where it currently is right now. It's right here where you see Caleb McKinney coming up to. It's on this long straightaway right here in front. That's where it used to be. And then just a few years ago, they renovated, and now it's right there, technically outside of what was turn 2, but now it currently sits there on a short little dog leg. And yeah, this track it's tricky. You got to be careful here. Turns 1 and 2 are completely different to 3 and 4, and obviously you got the dog leg, which is its own beast. I mean, you could take the dog leg and then it could hurt your turns 1 and 2, but if you don't take it, it could really help 1 and 2. So these drivers are going to have to decide what they want to do, what's best for their truck here overall. But yeah, like you said, wild layout, that's for sure.
We make for a very interesting night here at Phoenix, and some action-packed 120 laps. This will decide your season champion here, like we've been just looking forward to where things kind of end. And right now we have 11 of the 15 drivers out there with qualifying times, and right now you see Nate Lee there just got bumped down to P5, and Kobe Suffin back there in P number 9. So some work on both drivers. Nate Lee in a little better of a start, but a lot can happen in 120 laps. And I've been on this track a few times, and sometimes really got to be careful, especially down by that straightaway. A lot of drivers tend to come down towards the apron and use a little bit of that extra, or use less track, I should say, as they kind of cut the corner for that turn number 1. So definitely going to make things very interesting. Hopefully they can keep this thing clean, keep it green. These drivers have that opportunity and the skill to do that.
Yep, should absolutely be wild. Yeah, I've run here a couple times myself. Definitely is it's tricky, that's for sure. There are plenty of times where when you cross the start finish line, every single vehicle is on that apron right there and no one is on the real racing surface. So yeah, that's what's tricky about turns 1 and 2. As you can see, we're kind of hovering just above it right now. Yeah, if you go below that apron, kind of have to change the wheel to go to the right, and you have a little bit of that awkward entry. Can't get that much of an arc. So it's all going to depend on where drivers are going to be more comfortable. Do they want to ride the wall and then maybe cut down to the inside on exit, or do they just want to ride the bottom the whole time? That's kind of just maybe a little bit more driver preference. And yeah, we'll see how the track will change throughout the night. It should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think the track's going to play a very big part of, especially the unique corner, and like we were talking about the drivers coming down. I do know when the drivers do go that far low and say a driver stay up on the driving line or on the driving surface, your virtual spotter will not say that you have a driver to your side or you're outside. So the drivers really need to be paying attention to their surroundings, watching their relatives, and all that fun stuff. And obviously I will always mention this before each and every race I think that I broadcast. I hope we see a green flag pit stop and the drivers have practiced that pit entry, because it can be a tricky one. And I've seen races from the leaders be ended by very, very bad pit entrances, and it can make or break somebody's win here tonight, whether they're looking to get their first win of the season, to wrap things up before they start next season. But definitely going to be an interesting year. I'm wishing the best for all the drivers out there. And just want to thank all the fans out there, CRN. Thanks for kicking back out. I really the support that all the fans give for Mars as well. The time out there to see them on TV. So what we try to do. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe. Subscribe button. We do cover many more races here on CRN, and matter of fact, here I'm off to Daytona to cover some next gen race with a league called UCRL. So they run a little bit later, and they're going to run those next gen cars. So they like them old fashioned cars a lot. So it makes it a very unique, I guess you would call it. And they run full fuel. They got custom setups that the owner provides for all the drivers. And sometimes you mention that if somebody's making a setup or something, you think that one person would benefit, but now these drivers got tons of skill and tons of opportunity to run some good racing. So if you're out there, you're an iRacer, and you're looking for a late night racing league, they definitely have some spots open on there, just under, I think, 20 cars. So definitely looking for maybe a few more drivers out there, and very well talented and very, very clean races. Good then that out there. But tonight we are focused here at Mars, and obviously I shout out to Sue's fans as well as the official sponsor here for Mars this season, and hopefully they will Mars going forward. But qualifying is about over. We got about 30 seconds in. Got everybody but Chance Manning putting in lap here. So Chance, the only one the decision is not going to put in a qualifying. So Chance is saving his energy for this finale race, and Chance could starting from the Brandon Puffenberger is going to start up front there with a 29.45, but not very far behind. Is going to be cool. And Wesley top 3. So Nate Lee's going to start in 7th, and Kobe Upton's going to get back to drivers to work to do. Not showing that they're the fastest at qualifying here tonight, but getting ready to race right now. I will go power and bring up the Bolts starting grid. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Well, should be a good night here lining up. Brandon Puffenbarger starting on the pole here with Alex Campbell to the outside in P2. Then in row 2, it's Wesley Triplett and Gary Donnellan. Caleb McKinney and Austin Smith there rounding in row 3, and then you got championship points leader Nate Lee starting in P7 alongside Jarrett Larder, and just behind is Michael Smith and Joshua Neal. Behind them is the second place driver in the championship as well, Kobe Sutphin alongside Logan McNeil, Chad McNeil and Quentin Sutphin behind, with Chance Manning in the back here. So, oh boy, we got championship drivers middle of the pack or so, got a lot of laps to go. We got a dark racetrack right now. It is pretty, it's nighttime out there, under the lights, full house. I can't wait. This should be fun.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot of fun. I always like the night races, and especially with high tension online. And again, shout out to the fans out there. Obviously, you see Kobe out there, basically, winner wreck scenarios for some people here tonight. So it's just a lot of fun. It's fun to see drivers get together and put on a great show, and just have some fun racing, do what they enjoyed doing. Whether it's you're a streamer and you got some live stream going. So I mean, if you're out there and you got a stream going and you want to post it in the chat, go ahead and do that. I'll give you a shout out, because everybody deserves to even watch their favorite driver from a POV point of view. If they don't want to hear the my commentating, sometimes it's okay, I guess, but definitely I definitely have a lot of fun up here, and I love meeting Pace car off, and then here we go, Tyler. We're getting ready to get green flag here very, very short.
Can't wait. And just for anybody tuning in one last time, just one more quick reminder of the top 2 in points. Nate Lee, Kobe Sutphin right now are your championship contenders right now via the points. And to highlight what they need to do, Nate Lee, if he wants to win this championship, he should be looking at a top 10 to beat Kobe Sutphin. But if Kobe in second place wants to steal this championship away, he's going to need to win this race, and hope Nate can finish, I'd say, around 11th or worse right now. So it's going to be a tough battle for the 10. These 2 championship drivers starting mid-pack. It's going to be tricky to see how they attack the beginning part of this race as the leaders, Brandon Puffenbarger, bring them to the line. Let's get this underway.
Okay, as the green flag is out and 5 is on the loud pedal. Nice little push here by Wesley Triplett as they head down to the inside. Turn number 1, you can see them all spread out. We're going 3 wide here early.
Brandon Puffenbarger doing pretty solid, leading everybody here. Double file, top 2 have gone, and there goes Jarrett Larder behind. right in front of Kobe Sutphin, self-spin, and the yellow is out.
Early caution here. Just driving their hearts out, trying to get this truck to stick here. And obviously with the nighttime track, fresh tires, don't quite have the grip you want. We'll just back and we'll see what happened to the two is he lost the rear end there and exited right there in front of the 45. Championship contenders happen to take some avoiding action there by the 45, letting up just barely getting it. That definitely won't end the 45 night, but dude's got some work.
Yeah, that was just a tough little racing deal. Cold tires. The outside at Phoenix Raceway is not a lot of grip. Not many drivers run up there this early. I mean, especially when cars have not been on track in this race so far. Obviously, we just had qualifying and practice a little bit ago, but these drivers are going to have to be a little bit careful with cold tires, obviously. We've seen drivers run on top a little bit, but maybe just try to get a little bit too much out of that truck, but oh well, innocent spin, overall not bad.
I want these trucks go down here and paint job. Time to make sure they have a nice livery on there. Self spin. There's me taking it, maybe early start. It's Quentin's. Really with one lap, but one lap could mean maybe one more pit stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes, especially maybe I guess Kobe didn't have the confidence in his truck. Maybe just wanted to make a couple maybe minor adjustments overall, but not too bad. Yeah, I guess you never know. One lap could make a difference in fuel and tires, but we'll see. You know, it's early, plenty of time to go, so we'll see.
You're gonna get started here again. Yeah, we got one. Huffenberg out front. Caleb McKee and I don't know. Here early, watching right number yellow and green on deer.
Yeah, obviously we gave those scenarios earlier, but I mean, if we just want to make it simple for someone like Nate Lee, just finish ahead of Kobe Sutphin. That's a championship right there. If we just want to make it sound simple to the crowd or anybody else who could be watching it, if you just finish in front of that 10 truck, championship locked up, should be pretty easy. Restarting here on the bottom, choosing on the bottom in row 4. Meanwhile, Kobe, who brought it down pit road, will be restarting a little bit further behind, but we will see how this continues here with the 5 leading and the 9 of Alex Campbell on the outside.
And getting ready to hit that air barrier.
Yeah, we will see. That's the tricky thing about these restarts. You know, the pace car pulls off so early, and these drivers have to stay at pace speed for basically a third of the lap right here until they get to the restart zone. Right here, as the 5 is going to fire off.
They start by the 5 and the outside, not so much. You see all the drivers on the inside going way down to that inside, and now going down into turn number 1.
Nate Lee there.
Down to that inside, look in the middle. Here.
Yeah, look at 3 wide way in the back. Kobe Sutphin making a 3 wide pass there, going up, it looks like, into the 10th position here.
Great Donaldson.
4 truck. Oof, that's a big hit, and I think I just heard the engine blow. That could be a night ender right there for the 4 truck. 23 of Austin Smith and Nate Lee on the bottom. Austin just, oh no, he just sent it in too deep. Oh my goodness, Nate. Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Bump there.
Big hit.
Or in all big puff of smoke off the wall. Load. Bumpers are flying, parts going everywhere, as my Dylan McDonald would say, yard sale. You pick up your bumper down in the pit lane. I believe they have one fat car. Very
there you go.
All
well,
no,
that was a little bit.
Not the 10, but
not the 10, the 4. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but that was a weird incident. I mean, that's the second time now we've seen a truck on the outside get loose. I mean, 2 wildly different incidents. One happened on exit, one happened on entry, but that time, it just seemed like the 4 truck just sent it in a little bit too deep there, trying to roll the outside a little too much. Nate, oof, my goodness, that's both championship contenders having an incident happen right near them, so that's a bit terrifying to start here. Obviously, we had the one spin earlier right in front of Kobe, and then that one right there with Gary Donnellan making minimal contact to the right front of Nate Lee. But so far, they've escaped. There's only 3 trucks between the 2 contenders right now overall, so we will see how this continues.
As and get the kicker up. Been so focused on the race and have going up.
Lap 9 of 120. Started at 7:40 for 10 minutes. Well, apparently 7 minutes and 37 seconds. And they're already under caution.
Yes, sir. We were under caution here. I don't have.
Checking in to see how it's going.
Oh, not too bad. Yourself? I don't. So.
Huh?
You didn't feel like doing it tonight?
No.
That's Wayne. Joining the booth here. How you doing tonight, Wayne?
In cars, let alone trucks.
Hey, Wayne, Jimmy up in the booth. You copy, buddy?
This is that one where they fan out like fucking 8 wide because the track.
Go ahead and mute Wayne, as he doesn't seem to be responding to my calls. So not trying to be rude, but definitely just trying to see how Wayne's doing. But he was checking in to catch the races. I'm here live here on Discord as well, so the drivers can pop in here and see what's going on. So, but definitely things going on here tonight. We're getting ready to go back under green as lead are working their way around. Will that fire off again like he has the past 2?
Yeah, I mean, it's such a wide restart zone, especially here at Phoenix here. So I'd imagine at this point, these drivers are kind of used to these starts here. So I would not be shocked if he makes a jump here as well. So should be a similar restart to the last.
McKinney on that outside, and that 76 once again trying to get a good start. Gets a little better start this time and might be able to roll in the P number 2. There's still a lot of trucks down to that inside. He's got to pinch them down, kind of stop that rollout going there. But right here.
Oh, sliding up Austin Smith there just behind Nate Lee, but not bad. Alex Campbell clears the 23 here, but side by side here for P2 Wesley Triplett as well, and Caleb McKinney, and it looks like the 74 of Wesley is going to clear into P2. Nate Lee's going to try to peek to the outside, not quite there, but although the leaders jump into the bottom here, and you can see how it kind of disturbs their entry just a little bit here, sends the leader up the racetrack, but now it looks like they're going to maybe go side by side for P2, not quite.
Not quite. 76 wasn't able to quite make that outside work. Inside being pretty dominant here early on as you can see the leader going down to hug that yellow line, taking the shortest way around here early. I'm sure things will change with the tires, but you get the 76 and the 74, how much they fan out between each other. And that's what I was talking about. Your spotters don't call when there's a driver there, so you really got to pay attention to your relatives. And I know some leagues allow you to go down there, and some prefer that everybody stays up on the lane or above the yellow line there. But here tonight, they're able to go across that infield pretty much. If you're on the old Phoenix Raceway, that's grass. You're not doing that.
Yeah, that's so wild. It's this apron. It's so tricky, but it is a lot of fun. That is for sure. Right now, we're seeing the drivers use it to their advantage here. You can see the truck in front. It looks like in front of Chad McNeil get a little bit loose there off of turn 2, but still pretty clean right now. It looks like the battle for the lead is tightening up front. It looks like Brandon Puffenbarger is now side by side with Wesley Triplett here. And Triplett, I think, is going to clear to the lead. He does. Not quite. Never mind.
I think kind of out. Puffenbarger fighting on that outside. I think he's going to lose it this time around. As usually that line is the way to go to get that pass pace. So good pass there for the lead. It moved that 74 up 2 spots here so far to take the lead here on that.
And Nate Lee is going to follow into P3 here as well. Yeah, you kind of mentioned the lines that these drivers are going to take. At least from what I've understand and seen from previous Phoenix races, the bottom line is going to be fairly good here early on the runs. Obviously, we're seeing that's where drivers are making most of their pass, but I wouldn't be surprised if, the later we get in the run, the tires warm up, you get rubber on that outside. I see some drivers probably moving up a little bit, maybe getting good momentum, especially turn 1. What a slide drop by Austin Smith there to make the pass on Caleb McKinney into P4. But yeah, like I was saying, I would imagine, especially here in turn 3 and 4, the drivers will maybe start to move up the racetrack just a little bit, try to gain some speed and some traction. But right now, bottom lane preferred, but we'll see how that changes.
Oh, wow, look at the 10.
Now, if he can make this work, that'd be really impressive. He's not going to be able to slide the 9, but the 9's going to slide up, so he's going to pass McKinney, but not quite the 9 yet.
9, giving the 10 some room, 10 sliding in front of the 76 there, so 76 moving backward a little bit, down 2 spots, but McKinney, I think, is still going, and, sometimes some of the drivers will tiptoe around your championship contenders, but right now Nate Lee is in P number 3, Kobe's in P number 6, so both drivers moving forward. Kobe's up 5 spots, up 4 spots, so those 2 drivers are doing what they need to do to get towards the front here tonight. So it's early. We're on lap 19, or to make that lap number 20 of 120. We'll have 100 laps from tonight at Phoenix.
Yeah, we had Kobe Sutphin on pit road earlier, which is something that was interesting, at least a call for the start as we had the battle for the lead, but his tires only maybe about 3 or 4 laps fresher or so, and we're not really seeing that much of a difference here. Obviously, he's very aggressive, making some good moves right now, trying to stay as close as he can to the 19, but only 2 trucks in between them as well. But the battle for the lead right now between Triplett and Brandon Puffenbarger is really strong here, as the 5 is going to clear to the lead.
It's definitely very unique. It's with that wide, with so much track to use in that one portion of the track, it's really you can't defend it. Just kind of gotta choose your lines, and if it works, and move your position. But look at the separation for the 74.
Yeah, so far we haven't really seen a leader fully drive away from the second place driver. They're managing to stay within a region of the leader right now. Well, really just the position in front of them here. So Caleb McKinney has really dropped back here, especially since the start. Interesting to see. He must not be able to hold up with the tires that he has right now. But yeah, I've seen a little bit more separation in the back right here, but the drivers are so aggressive up front right now. I mean, they're the ones that are running all over each other. battle for, I believe that was P2. Yeah, here goes Nate Lee to the inside of Wesley Triplett. How about Austin Smith trying to use a run to the outside, and he's going to push the 16 into turn 3.
Household here, so you might hear some dogs barking in the background, but Nate Lee looking to make the move there on P number 2, trying to move his way forward to secure that championship so far. So each of the drivers are giving each other room, and it looks like they finally have got the vehicles underneath them.
Yeah, now this is something that I would be really careful about. You asked me that in pre-race. What is Nate Lee's mindset going to be as he's racing here with these drivers right now? Is he going to go for the win or just focus on the big picture? He's trying. He's got a good truck right now. It's fast. It seems like it can be in the lead and hold it steady. But right now, with him battling side by side like this for the last few laps with Wesley Triplett, that's going to hurt the tires here. As Austin Smith's going to push the 74 into the corner here, and now Nate Lee's going to possibly fall back to 4th and maybe even 5th here. But now, how will Kobe respond here? He has those 3 or 4 lap fresher tires, but he hasn't battled as much. So we will see how he begins to handle this situation. As now side by side for 4th place.
Yeah, I think when I watched Kobe go in, I don't think he actually took tires. I think he just took topped it off on fuel. So maybe getting that extra lap, being able to extend it out just a little bit farther might be his. But you see Nate Lee to that high side, Kobe down to the inside, gaining spots. So his competitor is now in front of him, so he does need to get around Nate, but then he needs a little bit of help, maybe for Nate to fall off here tonight and fall to the backwards just a little bit. But Kobe needs to work his magic and get up front.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's going to be tough for the 10 to get this championship. Obviously, with only 1 point separation between the positions, unless it's 1st or 2nd. But yeah, he's going to need a lot to go right. He's going to need to get in front of the 16. He's going to need to win the race to have a best chance to try and steal this championship away. But yeah, 16 probably cooked his tires a little bit there, battling the 74 constantly for a few laps here. So now he's single file, trying to get back his rhythm here. It'll be curious to see once we get to the pit stops here. He'll get new fresh tires on. Maybe he'll change his mindset a little bit. Maybe he can even short pit a little bit or try to gain some positions on the leader, because it seems like if he can get to the lead, he can drive away.
And the drivers up front haven't really left each other as they've been using those multiple lines. We'll go back into the back here. I know still want to give the drivers in the back the attention and that they deserve. Back here, back in P number 10. Quentin Suffin battling with the number 2 of Jarrett Larder, and we've seen Jarrett Larder have that little bit of self-spin early, so trying to redeem themselves in that number 2 Havoline machine. So it looks so good. And the interest is just kind of up front here as they continue to battle for P number 2, and sure Brandon is like, battle away, boys, battle away. He wants to try to maybe finally get a little bit of distance out to up to 0.6 second, so just over half a second.
Yeah, we got these two battling here. It looks like Austin Smith's going to clear the 74 here for P2 off the corner, but now we got the drivers changing lines here, kind of like I anticipated earlier. You can see the outside now starting to come into fruition just a little bit here, mainly in turn 1 there. You saw, obviously, the 23 make the pass for 2nd place out there. The 16 passed the 9 for the position as well. I didn't see it really there in turn 3 and 4, but we will see how these drivers have to adjust here. But yeah, most of them are going to probably start running the top. Yeah, you can see Austin Smith and Wesley Triplett trying to run the outside. Brandon Pufferbarger is not quite running there yet. Maybe not the confidence just yet. Maybe, he's just good right now on the bottom. So, if it's, what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, if the truck's running fine, it can be just good. But maybe once, it gets into some dirty air, it could handle different.
Yeah, definitely, things could, change up just a little bit as the drivers are working their way around the back of the field, just going past the start-finish now as we finish lap number 32, working on lap 33. Back up front, it is still all Brandon Pufferbarger. For the most part, he had some challenge there with Wesley battling, but you see the number 23 of Austin Smith that made his way up 4 spots right, and he's looking at that back bumper of 5, so maybe Austin has something underneath that number 23 to get himself that win here tonight.
Yeah, and you can see Brandon Puffenbarger, he's noticing that 23 is all of a sudden caught some light, and it is fast here. Now, you can see the 5-ish trying to just, mirror drive. He's trying to take his line away, put as much dirty air on that 23 as he possibly can to not allow him to get by here. Obviously, they got the guys behind right here trying to do everything they can as well, but, the 23's been running the outside, and now he will get that outside all to himself. We'll see how good of a run he can get off the corner with the 5 on the bottom here. Pretty good here overall, but yeah, a slight run off there. So now it'll be about how can the 23 continue to manage, stay behind this 5 truck, not burn up his stuff, but, be as methodical as he can to try to get by.
Yeah, that's basically what the drivers need to do, use their lines, and the inside line is just so authentic. You can go down there, it's shorter. It's not necessarily 100% faster, especially on older tires, because of the amount of turning that's required to get that truck done or around the next corner. So that's why I think some of the drivers maintaining up on that actual driving surface up above the yellow line there. But Nate is side by side with the 74 that was up there battling for the lead. So move that number 16 into P number 3. Almost.
Yeah, now that's going to really hurt because now, see, he's got no help on the bottom. You got the 9 Alex Campbell going to go blow by him on the outside, and the second place contender, Kobe Sutphin, now going to try to make some noise. How aggressive will he be now that he knows the championship leader is in front of him? Turn 1 and 2 on the bottom is definitely the trickiest spot to make a pass. Obviously, we're seeing it because it's so much longer and you're able to carry speed on the outside, but it's much easier on the bottom in 3 and 4 because we've seen drivers being able to manage down there as well. But yeah, you can see it. The 16 just doesn't have it on the bottom in 1 and 2, but sails into the corner to clear the 10 as he's going to do a nice little crossover to get to the inside and try to make the pass.
Then taking the inside away from the 16. Trying to make his way around, and that's step 1. Get in front of the 16. That is what Kobe needs to do. Then he needs a little bit of help for Nate to fall back a little bit, but Nate's showing some having a pretty strong performance here tonight so far, as we're a third of the way through this race so far. So some great green flag, a great green flag run going on right now. Or on lap 40.
Yeah, continuing to run really well. I like the 10 trying to roll that outside here, get a run off. That's one truck peeling off on the pit road. I believe that was Wesley Triplet here, so now I will assume we will see some green flag pit stop waves beginning here. You see one driver make the pit stop, and now these other drivers are going to probably want to counter offer as quick as they can because fresh tires here probably going to mean quite a bit. You can see the lap time difference from their best lap to their most recent lap, so don't want to stay out there too long and lose as much green flag time. So we will see what drivers do, and there's your leader Brandon Puffenbarger to the lead as well, pit lane as well. You can see drivers cut beneath that bottom. That 10 truck really trying to cut the apron there as well. I don't believe the leader is going to quite be ready to commit pit road. Yeah, he's still rolling the outside right now, but here comes Alex Campbell onto pit road. So now I'll put these 2 drivers in second and third alongside Austin Smith, who continues to stay out.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I got some information to share here. We'll take a short break, but it looks like we have some drivers taking the pits right now. We have Alex Campbell, Brandon Puffenbarger, Garrett Larder, and Logan McNeil down in the pits here on a lap number 43. So we'll see if the short pit works to their benefit. Ooh, they're 23 coming in pretty hot. Hopefully he gets to go down there by that yellow cone, and I think he may have. Looking good right now. Nate Lee out front, Kobe number 2.
I'm kind of surprised the 10 has not come to pit road, especially early. I mean, he's going to probably try to come hopefully before the 16, but I would imagine his time is starting to run out because everyone else has already come through, and it looks like the 16 is thinking about it, maybe. No, not quite yet. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious. Oh, into the walls a little bit. Oh, now, now the 16 is probably thinking he's ready to come into pit road.
Drivers, I think, are trying to hang out just a bit farther, maybe catch that caution. They know the race is between the two of them. There's a lot more on the line for the 10s. Really got to work a lot harder than. Some things need to work in their. Either way, right now, Taylor McKinney, but Nate still out there with Coach. We'll go ahead. I'll bring up the tower so everybody pit here. So 8 has not been in yet, even for fuel. So yeah, we're gonna see.
Oh, Alex Campbell!
This is gonna play
goodness.
Big. Good
wow.
thing Nate or Kobe was not in the pits.
And I was thinking they were a little bit crazy, especially the 10 for staying out, trying not to leapfrog the 16. But hey, that works into their favor quite a bit. How about that?
Go back and take what happened. See what happened to Alex Campbell here real quickly. The number 9 just losing it.
That looks exactly like what Jared Larder did at the. Oh, never mind. That looked like a combination between what Larder and Gary Donnellan did in the same wreck. Big hit for the 9.
Yeah, for the 9 here, and that's gonna be it's gonna mix things up a little bit for the field, that's for sure. So we'll see where things lay here quickly as they come to caution.
All right. Well, obviously,
while everybody's coming down pit lane, taking their breaks, we're gonna take just a quick break here because they need to. With my co-host. All right, so we're back here. We're on lap number 48 under caution. So we had this is going to stir the pot just a bit. Your drivers are coming where everything.
how about it? Now, all right. Well, I'm going to tell you, this choose is going to be really interesting because obviously the bottom on the restarts are probably going to be ideal here. So the 16 will probably take the bottom here, I would guess. Then, okay, it looks like Kobe is going to be in P2 unless he's bringing it back down pit road. He is. Okay. I wonder if he's doing what he did in the first caution, maybe topping off.
Very possible. I mean, I don't. They were still out there running. Drivers can't.
Yeah.
But you can only know what they're down there. But these drivers are really trying to do. And there's a reason that the 10 is getting the points. There's also a reason the 6 person. How this all pans out. Out to all the fans out there, out now that we're on lap 50. So you have a favorite who will be the possible win. We will get the definitely show no matter where wherever the champion or the champ finishes. He fall out of the top 3 for drive. At that halfway mark, but we have plenty of time. We still have 70 laps remaining here. Okay, so good 35 minutes. Full green. Right now, it is going. Nate Lee, Quentin Thompson, Josh Lee, Pikes, Chad Mc, Triplet, Kobe Stuffin, Brandon Puffenberg, Jarrett Larder for your top 10. Austin, Alex Camp.
Man, what a bummer for Austin Smith, man. He was doing so good and now trapped 1 lap down there. I guess, just a little bit of trickiness on the pit cycles there. But hey, this is going to be a different restart here. We got some different names up front here, like Quentin Stuffin and Michael Smith as well. So these drivers are going to have to be careful because these trucks are going to handle different now that they are up front, don't have as much dirty air on them, and some of the bigger championship drivers or race winning drivers are going to be a little bit further back in the pack, except Nate Lee, and he's right now running where he's in the championship. So this will be really interesting to see with this restart.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting restart, and one to watch here as we're closing in halfway mark here at with the Mid-Atlantic Racing, sponsored by Blue Race Designs all season long. But we're at feet. We are 50. We're 50. Lights are out. Ready to go green. Bye.
I just kind of find it funny how just about everybody's chose to restart on the bottom. We have 3 trucks. And how in the world is that going to work here? Especially with some of the drivers in the back here. This will be fun.
It's going to be interesting. Here's these drivers on by. Going to make it interesting. There's going to be down there. Those 3 drivers on that outside could be for a long ride with all them drivers.
Here they come to the Geisco restart zone. It's a fantastic restart for Nate Lee. He's going to try to jump to the outside, get a good arc entering the corner here. Michael Smith there into P2, and look at Kobe trying to slice and dice through the outside, up and passing all of these trucks for position. Meanwhile, the 16 is going to try to run away with it. Oh, there goes Quentin Suffin. Oh, big hit.
Another caution out. And involve a few drivers back there. The champ drivers were able to,
and they're 1-2.
cautions for of them.
Yeah, that
Quick look.
Yeah, just Quentin just got loose up there on the outside here. Again, very similar to what happened to Jarrett Larder early in the race, and then just thought he had it saved, but Michael Smith down there on the bottom just barely had his nose in there, and 45 is going to go up the racetrack. Oh.
Barely getting by. There's Austin picking up. Definitely. Drivers so far, the more drivers that kind of have troubles and
I want to say, did he bring it down pit road? I would like to guess.
pit lap.
He did not. Interesting. Well, now he is. Or he's... What's happening? Oh, okay. He's back. I thought he had a tow. Wow, this is interesting.
I don't know why. Oh, it's this.
Now, I mean, this is exactly what Kobe needs right now. I believe if we're going based off mathematics, I think they would be tied. No, now Nate Lee would be 1 point ahead in the championship. So, right now, if Kobe can stay where he is and Nate can stay about where he is, now he's in prime position. I don't really know what happened there to the 16 because I believe he was leading when the caution came out.
Now if Kobe a long time no on spot.
I don't know. I mean, again, we'll see how the 10 can handle now that he's going to be in front of clean air. I would imagine it's probably going to handle a little bit, but I mean, it's going to handle different. I don't know how much, if it'll handle better or not, but now he's got drivers you got Brandon Puffenbarger, who was really good early in the race, found himself back into row 2 on the bottom, but you got Chad and Josh McNeil there on the outside who haven't been up front today. So kind of like I mentioned on the last caution, these trucks are probably going to handle a little different.
Have some insider information. Got a quick and you from Nate penalty.
Oh,
and so tough break. They have what it takes to get all the best luck driving the out there, buddy. Got this.
Now he's got the workout cut for him. We'll see. He hasn't. I don't believe he's restarted this far back yet today. So he's going to be at the absolute tail end of the field right now with lead lap cars, lap down cars, all in front of him here with the 10 truck and the 6 up front. Kobe leading to the green.
Puffenberg. Not familiar with that. So of a Kobe by beat very dangerous because I always call the middle pack your heart of the race, and haven't seen what work through in order doesn't make higher chance, back there with all these drivers are trying to win. All lap number halfway.
And I mean, it's not just that the 16 is back there in traffic. It's that now at this point, I'm sure the pressure is really starting to kick in. Because again, we're halfway through. I'd say this race has flown by. Had a few cautions every now and then, but still here. You got your main rival there running in the lead right now. Meanwhile, you're trying to make your way through traffic. He's doing a really nice job here, making his way back up into P7 right now. But yeah, I mean, I would be losing my mind. This is absolutely crazy right now, having to deal with your own truck, how it might be handling, and then passing other trucks and hoping nothing crazy happens near you. Like Austin Smith almost got loose off the corner in front of him. So Kobe's going to continue to try to drive away. He's got about a second lead right now, but this is getting pretty wild.
Out of pressure. No, I just want to win the race because carry on the top. I'm thinking I can't drive it up and I can't. takes a competitor a second.
Yeah, so still same thing about I want to point out with Nate Lee running back there is outside of just the pressure of him trying to run his own race, hope nothing happens in front, you got these drivers who in front who they're not in the championship battle. I mean, from what I would understand, I mean they probably don't care that these drivers are competing for a championship. They're out these like Austin Smith, Chad McNeil, they're just out here trying to compete for a win right now. They just want to have that glory of a race win at Phoenix here. Meanwhile, you got these drivers like the 60 and the 10 who are trying to compete for a championship, trying to be as aggressive as they can. So he's getting to the outside, making a really solid pass here on Chad McNeil, but still, I'm sure Nate is probably losing his mind. He's probably wondering why some guys might not just be laying over for him. They don't care. They're trying to compete for a win. Who cares?
Yeah, if I'm the other drivers, I'm not just because you're running for a championship. I'm here to spoil it. Might be out there trying to win, So,
into the wall. Yep.
Just in front
Austin
of Nate.
Smith. Woo.
Close one.
Now that's a nice. That was a clean pass. I probably wasn't the cleanest pass he was hoping for.
Pass of the pass. Turn that back.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably, affected truck a little bit. I mean, we saw the 16 make contact with the wall. Probably, a little bit less than what Austin Smith was doing. He was trying to wall ride, I think. I don't know really what was happening there, but, Brandon's still just behind Kobe, who is continuing to try to stretch his lead. And it stretched his lead on third place as well here, with Nate trying to pass into P3 there with Wesley Triplett side by side. Pretty good battle.
Up towards the front there early, and I think that he acts maybe a different like a down there bottom. Matter of fact, his name grade out look definitely using little track as possible. Trying to catch up.
All right. Well, now that he's done a great job passing everybody that was in front of him. So truck seems to be good no matter where it runs here. Now he's going to try to run down Brandon for P2 and eventually Kobe for the lead here. But that 16 continuing to run right where he needs to be to hold that championship. But still got, what do we got, 51 laps to go here. So still plenty of time, and I would assume another pit stop coming up.
And after the first time with the out there, wondering what heads want to come tragedy here for race. They're almost in that window. Orbit. Competitor there, Kobe out front enjoying some air and out to back to back.
Yeah, so this pit strategy coming up is going to be really interesting because Nate Lee is doing, he's got Kobe right where he needs to be right now. He's still got that championship locked up so far, but he's got to be careful with this pit strategy come up that something bad doesn't happen. Obviously, we've seen the two championship guys right there last restart. They stayed out and played the caution correct. They got it to come out when they wanted, and now Kobe's out front leading and driving away. But once they come down to pit road, obviously the 16 is probably going to he's not going to try to leapfrog the 10. He really doesn't need to. He's fine where he is. So he's probably just going to try to do whatever the 10 does, so he can not, maybe probably won't gain much time unless he has a really good pit entry, but at best just don't lose time. So I mean, he doesn't have to try anything special. I mean, the 10's going to do whatever he can. He'll stay out, probably, hopefully catch a caution here once again. So the 16 probably's got that bigger picture in his head right now, but pit strategy coming up here will be interesting, especially with the drivers who are not in championship contention. They'll just try to do whatever the leaders don't and hope for a miracle.
Give a shout out to all the fans out there, and my mic keeps cutting out. Really hard. I don't know.
Yeah, this battle continuing. This is a good battle right now between these two drivers, Austin Smith and Wesley Tripla here in P4. They haven't left each other's door the last few laps, and that 23, I like what he's trying to do. He's trying to run up the 74 in entry just to try to throw him off a little bit, and hopefully, just push him up into the corner a little bit and try to get the run off the corner. But 74 is not taking it, and he's trying to send it on the inside here into turn 3 as well. It looks like he's gonna get the clear this time by. He does, and now Tripla's gonna try to do the crossover here entering turn 1. It looks like he's gonna get there. Battle behind here. Chad McNeil, little loose on the outside of Alex Campbell, but keeps it going straight. They stay side by side here for P6 here. It looks like Campbell on the inside is going to try to get the send. The 6 is going to get pretty close to the wall, but he's going to get the drive off the corner here and clear the 9 for position. Now they single file out, so now these drivers are going to probably catch their breath just a little bit, get ready for final pit stops coming up here with only 40 laps to go. This is going to be interesting. The 10 is just continuing to pull away. The pace that he is set right now is absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, so we'll see what the strategy is like for these leaders coming up again. Just like I mentioned earlier, I'm sure the 16 will just try to do whatever the 10 does, not let him get as much of an advantage as he can. Now, I mean, the good thing about this is with Kobe leading right now, he can kind of see when he decides to pit. So if he brings it down pit road as a leader, I wouldn't be shocked if the 16 brings it down as well. And I believe there is one truck, there's 2 trucks on pit road. So the green flag pit stops looks to be getting here soon. Oh, that's fun.
Every time.
obviously these drivers are gonna just have to be careful about penalties. I mean, Nate Lee got one earlier, according to the information he gave us. So that's another thing these drivers are gonna have to be careful about. Not just getting onto pit road, knowing when to pit. They're gonna be careful to not do anything that'd be illegal on pit road, speeding, anywhere on pit road, exiting, entering. So this will be pretty interesting, especially maybe even not overshooting your pit box here. It's going to be tricky with these tires now that they have gotten old, as we have more trucks on pit road. Chad McNeil, and I believe, Joshua McNeil as well here.
Wondering. Yeah, and you talked about that, especially when it comes to when they want to pit here. You said the 16, he's in a good spot right now, but I mean, yeah, you have that fuel difference. You could probably run long, but if you pit early before the 10, you don't want to run that risk of getting trapped by a caution, maybe being a lap down here. Obviously, he's still running pretty well, even if he did. Probably won't lose that much time, but right now with those drivers that have pitted already and have fresher tires right now, I mean, they are absolutely flying, just like Wesley Triplett and Austin Smith are doing right now. So I will be very curious when the 10 and the 16 eventually bring it down pit road here. I believe the 10, yes, the 10, Kobe Sutphin is on pit road. Nate Lee following as well. Oof, a little bit sideways there entering pit road here, but yeah, final pit stops here for these guys. We will see where they cycle out. Be curious to see how much time the drivers who already pitted, how much they'll make up. Oof. Wow. The 23 got around the 16. He's just behind the 10 here. It looks like Campbell's going to try to let the leaders by here. So it looks like not a bad pit stop overall. It looks like the 16 did lose maybe a little bit amount of time here onto the 10 on pit road, but he's still in a position where he will be just fine here. The 10 is running pretty well. He's not in the lead as we speak, but still Michael Smith out there continuing to run, I guess, just hoping for a yellow, just nothing to lose, just what the heck. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. Yep.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the lap times. As we can tell, Nate Lee has the last 2 laps just run the fastest lap of all the drivers right now. And what does Kobe do here at this point? 25 laps to go. I mean, it's going to be tricky for him to win the championship, but how aggressive is he going to be? How hard is he going to push those tires? Because no matter what, he's going to have to try to win this race to have the best chance at a championship, no matter where Nate Lee finishes here, as he's going to get past, currently side by side right now with Austin Smith, sliding up just a little bit. Michael Smith down there on pit road, but the 10 is going to clear into P2 here, so we'll see how aggressive he continues to get here. He's running consistent time, a little loose there for the 5. That's going to give a nice opportunity for the 10 to catch him. Bumper to bumper right now. These drivers running in a train. A little loose is the 5, and here comes the 10 to the inside, trying to go for the lead. Will he complete the pass, or will it not stick on the outside? The 5 gets loose, goes way up the racetrack, and that's going to allow the 10 to take the lead, but here comes Austin Smith trying to take it back. Oof. Of course. What a job, though, by that 23. He was caught a lap down earlier and had that caution by Quentin Suffin there, which put him back on the lead lap. And boy, these drivers weirdly look so much looser than they were in the previous runs right now, but he is continuing to hold on for the lead. The 16 in 4th place has caught and now passed the 5. It seems like that 5 is just kind of struggling a little bit here. Yeah, he just ran a second off of Nate Lee there, so that 5 not handling, probably not at all where he wants it to right now, but that's perfect for the 16 right behind the 10 here. He doesn't even really need to pass these guys if he doesn't want to, if he just wants to be safe.
Yeah, I mean, careful.
Yeah, that 5 just continuing the struggle here. He was one of the first ones that brought it down pit road, and it seems like we're seeing the tire fall off there for him, but solid run here for Chad McNeil, running right here in P6. How about Jared Larder? Also a pretty decent recovery, up a spot from the start, but after that spin on lap 1, pretty solid recovery in P7. Up 2 spots is Joshua Neal as well here. Pretty solid run overall. Yeah, that 10 truck, it has just seemed super loose this last run here, as long as with the 23 here, and the 16 tries to put a little bit of a slider there on the inside, is going to cut the racetrack on the apron there to get in front of the 10. He does just that. Gets up nearly into the wall, though, but a really nice pass there to pass the 10. Cool. Okay. He just gave it to him. And that's why they're 1-2 in the championship. Two dominant drivers right now. The 16 is just so good. It's so fast in the clean air. It was fast in the dirty air right now, just driving away, hoping to stay here. Now at this point, he is sitting there hoping, no caution, please. No caution at all. I'm going to drive away, win this race, win this championship. 13 laps, now about to be 12 laps away. Should be no problem. At least that's what he hopes. All right, yeah, so he continues to drive away here. Meanwhile, the battle for P2 behind, staying relatively close here, not bad overall. The 10 holding it just by about 2 car lengths over the 23 here. Meanwhile, that 16 continuing to put up blazing fast laps here. See what these laps are, only a 28.1 here. Compared to a 28.4 by Kobe. So yeah, he's just been constantly quick overall. No big issue. Drivers behind. Austin Smith ran a pretty decent lap there in P3 here. He tries to get that run on the outside to get by the 10. Not quite going to get there. Continues to cut the apron down there. Gonna continue to try to roll that outside, gets above that top seam. Gonna continue to try to now cut it down to the inside, gets a solid run there off the corner. They're not close enough to make a pass. Now he's gonna dive to the inside, trying to get to the inside of the 10. Easily makes the pass. Now that is something pretty interesting to see. That outside lane, especially in turns 3 and 4, is not at all what drivers want. We've seen now that the 10 lose time there, the 5 lost time earlier as well. Whoa, okay. But yeah, now the 23 is going to continue to drive away here, hopefully to maybe have a miracle, catch 16 if he can, but 9 laps to go. 8 laps to go. Championship race coming to a close very shortly.
Championship race coming to a close here, as I think maybe Mike is starting to go, so hopefully it can last to the end of this race here. I'll let Tyler finish this thing out, but I got some work to do here with this thing, as I have another broadcast after this, so it's going to be interesting. But anyways, it is an all Nate Lee out front over Austin Smith, and then Kobe now in P number 3.
Yeah, battle for P number 3, Gary Donnellan, a couple laps down, is going to go by the 10 here. I believe he is on fresh tires, that's why you kind of saw him blow by there. Yeah, he ran quite a few, just about a second faster there than the 10. So, 4 truck, no issue here as well. Overall, good run for Kobe Sutphin in this race. Looked really good in the middle portion of this race. Led a ton of laps over Brandon Puffenbarger. Unfortunately, just didn't seem to have it in this last stint of the race there. Man, he really cuts it tight there on the inside, close to that inside wall, but only 6 laps to go. Nate Lee continuing to drive away with this race again, hoping for no caution here with only 6 laps to go. Now about to be 5 to go, hoping to close out this race and win the championship.
It's coming down to the end here. This Nate Lee is out there out front by 2 seconds now. Now him making his staple there in this race here, doing what Kobe did here early. but it is Austin Smith back there in P number 2. Kobe's in P number 3. Brandon Puffenberger back there in 4th. And Wesley Triplett in P number 5.
Continuing to run strong now, only 4 laps away from a championship for Nate Lee. He has 3 wins on the season, now looking to make it 4 here at a tough racetrack like Phoenix. We've seen tons of challenges from these drivers. We've seen self-spins, we've seen overcorrects into the wall, we've seen pit strategy, wild restarts. We've had everything up to this point now, coming to 3 laps to go for the 16. Looking to close it out. I got the lap truck of Gary Donnelly coming up behind. Should probably blow by the 16 fairly easily. No issue as he is a couple laps down here, but only 3 to go. Still that 16 hoping for no caution.
Yeah, 16 doesn't want to caution that. I mean, icing on the cake. Win the championship, win the race here at Phoenix. We are 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go this time by.
Here they come. Final 2 laps for Nate Lee here. Austin Smith there, just not able to get there. He tried to undercut a little bit on pit road, hasn't been able to capitalize here. Kobe Sutphin again, valiant effort by the 10 truck. Right now you can see Austin Smith, he's kind of getting there. He's staying within the vicinity of the 16. Overall, just not quite there, as this time by entering the final corner, it's going to be Nate Lee taking the white flag.
A final white flag in the air for the number 16, and you can only, think about what the 16's feeling right now as the win here tonight. It definitely secured that championship season here for that John Deere machine.
Here they come into the final corner. It's been a dominating season for the 16. 3 wins up to this point. About to make it 4 and adding to the championship column. Nate Lee is your winner at Phoenix and wins the championship this season in the Mars.
Yeah, great race by these drivers here as Kobe will finish in P number 3. Austin Smith's going to be 2nd, and obviously Nate Lee winning tonight along with the championship here. Brandon Puffenberger, great run in the 5 and P number 4. Wesley Triplett there and finishing in 5th. Chad McNeil in 6th. Josh Neal in 7th. Jarrett Larder in 8th. Michael Smith in 9th. Logan McNeil in 10th. Gary Donaldson there in P number 11. Quentin Sutphin in 12th. Alex Campbell in 13th. Caleb McKinney in 14th. Chance Manning back there in P number 15. So great run tonight. Great championship. We will get here shortly. We'll get the drivers up in the booth and get their words and let them get the recognition that they deserve and let them have some shout outs.
What a finish to the season. Overall, fantastic run. We can see the 16 doing the burnouts down there. Really strong there. Celebrating the win, celebrating the championship. Great night overall. Celebrate it for the 16. Give it up for him. Well done. Great season overall. Great drive tonight here in Phoenix. And what a way to shape up and end the season strong with the championship.
Yeah, overall, it was a fantastic race. They didn't have many. They had a few cautions, but I don't think it was an overwhelming amount that we've seen. That I've seen from some leagues or even from officials here. It was a pretty clean race overall.
Good stuff overall.
Let's see. Pause this. And back a few laps. Get our drivers down here in the talk to them. I can move them. We will grab our 3rd place finisher, Kobe. So go ahead, Tyler, take it away.
Kobe Sutphin, it is Tyler and Jimmy up here in the booth. You got us.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what a finish to the season overall there. Podium finish, but probably not quite the finish on the podium you were hoping there. Valiant effort for you and the 10 team in the championship battle. Just seems like you may have been missing something there on that final stint. What were you hoping for a little bit better in that truck?
I mean, I went 2 tires in all reality. That was the dumb move on my part, but I also knew that it was pretty much over for the championship because I think to 10th was a lap down. So, it didn't matter. It was really just for the win. If I can pull ahead and get this gap from somebody. But then Austin came up and I already knew he had better tires. So I was like, ugh, this is going to be rough.
Yeah, overall, though, strong for you in the 10 machine. But hey, it was a strong season overall for you. How would you summarize your season as a whole? Would you say it was solid overall to conclude it, or were you maybe just hoping for that a little bit more?
I'll take whatever I can get. I'll rate it a 7. And the only reason why I say that is because, I've never made the playoffs before. I've never won a race. Or no, I've won a race before, but, against these guys, it was actually really nice because it was better competition, in my opinion. So that was kind of ooh, okay, I have something here. The tracks that I ended up wrecking out at, I wanted to win so bad, National Super Speedway, Chicago, Daytona, stuff like that. Miami specifically was a big one. But I don't know. It was a good time. It was very enjoyable to race these guys. They were good competition through and through. So,
well, unless anything Jimmy has to add there at the end, any shout outs you'd like to give here, Kobe, before we send you off?
Shout out to Nate for winning the championship. That was fun. I did enjoy that, regardless of the fact that he won. But it was very enjoyable. You guys for broadcasting, that was awesome as always. And my brother, obviously, for racing, because he finally got his wheel back, so that was nice.
Well, it's definitely good to see you out there and racing with family as well. So, again, congratulations on second place in the championship, at third place overall here tonight. And, I wish you the best of luck in the next season.
Appreciate it, Jimmy.
And that's our third place finisher tonight, our second place in the championship points, Kobe Suffin, and we will see him next season. We'll go ahead and pull in our second place finisher here tonight, the number 23 of Austin Smith. Austin, Jimmy, and Tyler up in the booth. Do you copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, you had some speed out there tonight, and there's at one point you had a little bit of trouble early on, but you had overall a great finish here tonight with a P number 2, a little bit of a comeback with that earlier incident. But tell us a little bit about your race and how it went for you here tonight.
Yeah, I was starting to figure it out a little bit there. Most of the race I was running that high side in 1 and 2, and I was able to create a big run down the backstretch and make a couple key passes that I needed to. But yeah, just made some silly mistakes on pit road, put me in the back, and then was just trying to work my way up from there and kind of burn my stuff up. But gotta say congrats to Nate. He did a great job, especially in the playoffs. I mean, he won 3 out of the 4 races in the playoffs, so good for him, and well-deserved championship for him.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't here from all them races, but it sounds like he did a fantastic job. But you deserve a big congrats here for finishing second here tonight, and also give you a little more time there for any shouts that you may have before we let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Yeah, just need to thank everybody that came out this season, joined us with Mars, turned into a really good league that we're putting together here, and I look forward to starting the next season here in a couple weeks. I think we're going, I think it's September 24th or something like that is when we're going to run season 3. So anybody watching that wants a race, just reach out to myself, Corey, or Puff. We'll get you set up, and need to thank you guys for always broadcasting, doing a great job, and shout out to Chance for always being the eyes in the sky and doing race control.
It'd probably make a reason why he was the eyes in the sky and not in a truck tonight. So definitely a shout out. Yeah, can't forget the guy that keeps the rules in play and on check on the track. So thanks for filling me in on that one. But again, congratulations on that P number 2, man, and hopefully your next season goes very well. We'll let you get out of here and go celebrate with your friends and family.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that is your P number 2 finisher here tonight, number 23 of Austin Smith. And we will bring in our winner tonight and our championship driver, the number 16 of Nate Lee. Tyler, take it away.
Well, Mr. Nate Lee, it is Tyler and Jimmy up here in the booth. You got us, my good sir.
Yeah, we got you.
All right. Well, I mean, you got yourself, that Phoenix win. It was pretty solid over. Oh, by the way, that's right. You won the championship tonight. Great run for you guys. You had yourself an up and down day. You were in the back. You were racing the middle. You got a close incident there in the early portion race, but your truck came on super strong there at the end there. Take us through the race, and my goodness, what the pressure was probably like.
Yeah, it's just, my plan was to just stay mid, try and stay fifth, and then the race started and I wanted to be up front, so we tried to do that, got up front, and then got a penalty for crossing lanes or something. I don't remember what it was for. Sent us to the back, and it put us out of the championship. Kobe would have won if we stayed where we were, so it was just a fight picking back up, and then once we got to the end, we pitted when Kobe did, just try to stay on the same strategy as him, and ended up working out for the win.
Yeah, it was strong in this race, but you were also strong this whole season. Like, I'm pretty sure if I had the stats right, you won 3 of the 4 playoff races this season here. What do you think it was that just managed to set you so far apart to the rest of the competition?
I don't know. Practice. 2 of the 3 that we won, we just had cautions perfectly that gave us some fresh tires, took Kobe out of a win, got us in a win. So, it's just, in racing like this, anything can happen, and everything just fell our way for the playoffs.
Yeah, and take me really quick what it was like to battle with Kobe there. You two were super strong this season overall, and you guys had yourself some good battles there, especially towards the end. Tell me what it was like battling with the 10.
Part of it was good, because, I knew if I was that close to him that I had the championship. But he's a great racer. Austin's a great racer. Brandon, all these guys. It was a great season. So racing against every one of them was a lot of fun all season long. It's great racing.
Well, again, before I send it over to Jimmy, any quick shout outs you'd like to give here to the 16 group for helping you win the race and the championship?
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys for broadcasting, everybody at the team. We had good communication tonight. My wife for letting me do this. I appreciate her. And then my dad. And just everybody over that runs this league. It was so much fun this year. Can't wait to get back at it next season.
Well, we wish you the best of luck here, Nate, and congratulations on the championship for you, and best of luck next season trying to repeat.
Thank you, boys. We'll see you later.
Problem, Nate. You have a good one, and good luck to your next and following season.
See you, Jimmy.
So that's your championship and season winner here, Nate Lee, and that number 16 John Deere machine. Getting it done here. I had the pleasure of broadcasting a few races this season, and unfortunately, CRN will not cover Mars next season as things have kind of come up and changed a little bit. But we will be around, and if they need us, they know how to contact me. We'll definitely come back out here and put these drivers back on the big screen for all the fans out there. I'd like to apologize for my mic. I think it should be good for the rest of the evening. I don't know, but I guess we're going to find out. I think I have a bad wire. But anyways, enough about me and all about Mars and obviously Blues Race Designs. Can't forget about the sponsors out there that help support these drivers, and, especially with everything that goes on and helping bring us on board as well. So, again, give the likes a thumbs up for these drivers out there here at Mars. Congratulations to your winners, Nate Lee, for the championship and tonight's race. And then you have Austin Smith and Kobe for your 1, 2, 3. But we can't forget about the rest of the drivers. So we'll go ahead and bring that up one more time here for tonight and show you all the results here of Phoenix. So it was Nate Lee, Austin Smith, Kobe Sutphin, Brandon Puffenberger, Wesley Triplett, Chad McNeil, Josh Neal, Jarrett Larder, Michael Smith, Logan McNeil, Gary O'Donnell, Quentin Suffin, Alex Campbell, and Caleb McKinney. And can't forget the man, Chance D. Manning back there, doing what it needs to do, keep these guys underneath the ropes. So, again, congratulations to all the drivers out there, and best wishes and luck to your next and upcoming seasons. Till then, we'll see you in the track.